Look who we have.
Cheering for the
Paul's
bad
gonna,
guy.
hey, look, Paul's gonna hang out with us. And
Paul's
dude,
hanging
I
out
didn't know
with
that.
us.
I didn't know that Paul was a podcaster and a life coach. So
Yo,
you
yo.
listen.
What up,
Paul,
what up, what up?
what's
What's
up?
up, man?
What's cracking?
No, not much. You.
The
I get to
man, the
hang out
myth,
with
the
you awesome
legend,
people.
Nathan.
Yes.
Dude, Paul, man, I am so glad to have you up here and have you hang out. So you gotta tell, all right, what you're a podcaster and a life coach, so clearly you like to help people. So you gotta tell me, like, what do you love to do to help people? What's your jive? What's your thing? I gotta get to know you a little bit.
Well, what I do is I help people like yourself break free from their past, uncover all of their insecurities, all the junk, all the stuff that's on the inside, and then really truly find their gift and set that mug free. That's
There
what I
you
do.
go.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I
Why
do, man.
it's Freestyle Friday, right?
That's it. Freestyle Friday, baby. This is cool. I love Haps.
Dude,
Wow,
we do too.
wow.
We do too. How long you been on here?
I've been on since November, but I haven't got on until probably like a week ago.
Okay.
Like I'd been subscribed and all that. What I should have did was got all my Periscope peeps over, but I didn't. I was just waiting for everything to happen, and then now I'm just like, well, you know what? You're just gonna jump in the game. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
What's happening now? Look,
yeah.
hey,
Are
So
you?
I have a question for you guys. I mean, I don't know how well versed you are in your hip hop, but you are familiar with the group TLC.
oh
Are you
yeah.
not?
Oh,
Okay. All right. T-Boz, Left Eye Chili. Well, ever since I joined HAPS, you know, I can't get this song out of my head that they have, but it's Hats to the Back. You remember that song, Hat to the Back by TLC?
What?
yeah. Mm-mm.
Well,
Hat to the back.
yes. Now you have
Oh,
that's the
wait,
thing
no,
where wearing
yes,
the
I gotta
baggy
hear it.
clothes, and they have a song, and it's called Hat to the Back. And ever since I've joined HAPS, I keep saying Haps to the back, and then I start singing the lyrics to the song, and it's stuck now. So when I get on HAPS, I'm like Haps to the back. I said I should make a hat with HAPS on it, so every time I jump on, I can turn it
Hats
around.
to the back. I
Like
love
Haps to
it.
the back.
I love it.
Get my TLC on, yeah.
So
Totally
is
random.
so is it
Love it.
I just got jealous. I just got really,
I
really
know he
jealous.
has sound effects.
Freestyle Friday, baby. That's what Freestyle
Oh,
Friday's about. You know what I'm
yes.
saying?
I like it. I like it.
My man, hey, I'm so glad you came up here. So how long you been podcasting, dude?
Off and on, I've been podcasting for about 3 years. Like I was
Okay.
podcasting back in the day on my actual website before I even knew that I myself could get on Apple. I would literally just embed files on my website and then have people subscribe like a blog. And so the word was getting out until 2 years ago. Well, about a year and a half ago, I figured it out that all these platforms are getting them on all the platforms. So I do a coach's corner, which is basically invite other coaches like Tasha. She's been on my show twice,
Okay.
and just bringing other coaches on, and then also being able to have the name of Coach's Corner of like in a locker room when the athletes come to the coaches. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of have dialogue and just really truly have conversations with people. That's basically what I do.
That's dope.
Hey, someone's saying hey from Facebook. I don't know who, but we see
You
you.
gotta say your yes. It's not giving your name. So say hey from if you're on Facebook. I guess
Yep.
tell us who you are because I'd love to know.
Yeah, but that's awesome, Coach. And I enjoy your show. I enjoy what you're doing. The circle that you hang out with is just bomb. I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see these faces and I'm like, wow, I know her. I know him. I know you are the man. You hang out with all the cool kids.
Listen, I've been in the game for a minute. Didn't even know what I was getting myself into, but honestly, Periscope is what got me in that arena. You know what I'm saying? From Justin
Paula.
Capin to Ryan Roy. Oh, we got Paula in the house. That is my
Yeah.
homie. She's from Ohio. She
Oh,
saw
wait.
me. Yes, the
Ohio.
big OH. Buckeye, baby. The Buckeye State.
Yes.
Um,
Hey, I lived in Canton for the longest.
for
My
real?
oldest son was born in Canton, so I'm familiar with Ohio.
I lived right there in Green. So
Yeah.
yeah, right off of 77. So
See?
yeah. And then
Backyard.
I lived in Uniontown for a little bit.
Oh,
But I'm originally from California. So I think that's where I get my cool from.
but you just see, proves my point. He hangs out with all the cool kids. He finds them everywhere.
So where are you from, Nathan?
I'm where am I from? Or where do I stay now?
Where you at? Where you from? Where do you hail
Uh,
from? What's your
I
story?
stay in the ATL now. I'm from the ATL now because look, I I did my floor at the front entrance of the World of Coca-Cola. So I mean, officially, I'm a part of Atlanta culture. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh,
Gotcha.
so I feel like I'm officially here. I've been here since '06. Um, but prior to that, man, I lived in Phoenix. I lived in Mesa, Arizona, for 10 years, and prior to that, I was in Chicago in high school, or for I was in I was in Chicago for a couple of years before I went to boarding school, and I was born in Jersey. So I was grew up
Wow.
in the East to Midwest, and then spent some time job around the boarding schools, and then that's I've been all over, man. I've been all over. Where do you stay at now?
I am in Greeley, Colorado, which is about an hour north of Denver. We just recently moved here from Texas. I was out in Texas for about 10
Hmm.
years.
okay.
Um, so
What,
me and my wife said, you know what? We're heading out to Colorado because our son was out here, my stepson, but he's my son. And
Hmm.
so, you get to a point where it's like, what are we doing here? It's time to go somewhere where we want to go. And so we are literally 30 minutes from the Rockies. So just loving it, man. Just loving it, bro.
That
so
is awesome.
that's really awesome because like I love it out there. I did an out west trip with my dad once, and I need to go back. But like, what Texas is pretty cool too. I mean, parts of it are not because it's
It's
just
hot.
hot,
It's
just
hot.
hot. I
It's
mean,
hot.
yeah, my grandparents lived in Bryan, Texas, and they had no
Yep.
cable, and you can't even when you would go visit in the
Okay.
summer, you couldn't even go outside to play because it would just
It's
and the
hot.
cockroaches when they slap you in the
Oh,
face out
bro, they're
there,
like,
they, yeah, they're different level. They're because like I seen them, but out there they fly at you when they slap you
oh yeah,
around.
No,
yeah.
no,
They mad. They
no.
mad. They so big you got to put a saddle on them. You know what I'm saying?
Stop it. Stop
You need
Yeah,
a
it.
permit just
yeah,
to own one.
No, no. We are not owning flying cockroaches. No.
hey, yeah,
Ugh.
no. And when I
Next,
was
you're
in
going to tell me they're a delicacy.
Ooh,
no, when
I'm
yeah,
cool.
I like and I love visiting Texas. Like when I was a kid, I haven't been back as an adult, but I mean, if you're in Colorado, I'm gonna have to make you an excuse to come out there. I mean, that's all I'm
Telling you,
thinking.
man. Come on out. Come check out the Rockies, brother. Yeah, Texas. I mean, Texas was cool. That's where I started ministry, and my whole ministry started, and hitting the streets and doing all of that. That's where I met my wife. Met a lot of people, but at the same time, it's like, man, I'm so glad that I'm here. It's dry weather. When it's cold, it's cold. When it's hot, it's hot. You got all four seasons. It's just beautiful. It's a totally different game.
We have all
Um,
4 seasons in Tennessee, but
oh yeah,
thing is, you could have all 4 seasons in the same week,
in the same day.
in the same day. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So what are y'all doing? Just hanging out?
We are
Freestyle
hanging
Friday?
out. But we do have a wacky word we have to get to. So I
Oh,
would
okay.
love to get your opinion. We
Wicked,
had
wicked.
this wacky word yesterday. I've got one today. And one, I want to know if you know what it means already, if you've heard of it. And two, now this is where the fun comes in because yesterday they had us pronouncing this wacky word in all kinds of accents. So we'll see. We'll see where this goes today. But all
All
right.
right.
So our word for today, our wacky word for today.
All right, hold on. Here
Okay.
it comes. Here it comes.
Boom.
Flip. What?
See it?
Flibber what? Flibber.
Flibbergibbity.
Flibber. Tigibit.
Flibbergibbet.
Flibber flabber.
Flibbergibbet.
It's the flibber flabber of the flickaday.
I want it back. There we go.
Hey,
Okay.
don't hit me with the hibbity dibbity flibberty jibbity flibber.
Right. It's a hibbity hip a hop hop. Don't stop.
Hibbity hip hop to the flibberty jib jib down.
Flibber to gibbet.
Flibber gibbet.
Flibber to gibbet. Flibber to gibbet. Flip her to get it.
Silent.
Flip her to get it.
T is silent. Flipper gibbet.
Flip her to get it.
Wait. How is it? Time out. How is the T and the I silent? It's got to be flibberty gibbet. It can be flipper gibbet.
That's the pronunciation. It's flipper gibbet.
That's an actual word?
Yes. You can look it up in the dictionary.
Okay. Let's guess. We gotta guess what flibber gibbet means. Paul?
That's an actual word.
It's an actual word.
What language?
Flibber to gibbet.
It's English. I made sure it was English today.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab my phone.
No cheating.
No. You gotta guess.
There ain't no way. I don't know what that means.
So make it up. Make
Okay.
it up.
Okay.
What's your best guess? My best guess
Flibber
was
to
before I
gibbet.
looked up the definition. Was something that a superhero uses to unclog his toilet.
Hey, give me that flipper to gibbet, man. We're in the flipper to gibbet moment right now.
Yeah.
Flipper to get it. Oh man.
Yeah. So see,
I'd have to say that was some kind of a plumbing tool.
plumbing tool. See, I mean, you just think of
Yeah.
flibberty gibbet.
Like give me that thingy-majigger. So now
Yes, thingamajig.
Yep.
That's a word too.
Yeah.
Flibber gibbet. I'm gonna go ahead and say that a flibber. Oh, I can't. Okay, never mind. Sometimes it's really good not to say the first thing that comes to your head.
Right.
So
The fun
flibber
part is
gibbet.
we're actually displaying the definition, if that helps.
Okay, so a flibber gibbet is now my brain can't get off it. A flibber gibbet is
It's something to do with Bert. Bert has a flibber.
A bird?
Bert.
So like a duck?
No, like Bert and Ernie.
Oh, Bert and Ernie. Yeah.
Is that what a really thick unibrow is? A flibber gibbet?
A flibber gibbet is a unibrow?
Is that what Bert's? Is that what his Bert? Is that what the brow is called? A flibber gibbet?
A flibber gibbet. I get a flibber gibbet, and I have to use.
What?
Look, I barely have eyebrows. I got little dots.
I almost got rid of my flibber gibbet. Like I almost shortened it by too much. You know, I went crazy with the tweezers, and my flibber gibbet got uneven.
So that's the real definition?
No.
Oh, I was about to say. I'm like, what? How do you get that from that?
It sounds good.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hey, hand me that flibber to gibbet.
Hand me that flibber gibbet. Yeah. All right.
That is
so
funny.
I came up with a superhero's tool for unclogging the toilet. Nathan said it's a, or did you say it's a unibrow? Who said
No, not me.
No, he said Bert. I said if it's Bert, it's Bert. He said Bert and Ernie. I said it's the flibber. It's the
Okay.
unibrow.
So we need one more. We need one more
He
guess.
said it was a plumbing tool.
I said a plumbing tool.
Yeah, he did kind of steal that from you. We need something new.
Plumbing tool. So
Flavor.
you're saying I got to come up with another one?
Man.
Does it have to do something with flipper?
Oh, that's right.
I feel like it.
Coach Paul said it was like a bill on a bird or something. No, you
So
said
is it? So is it like?
Personnel.
So is it like an object? Is it a character? Is it what is it?
Oh, you don't get hints. Well, I didn't
You
get.
got to have the hints.
Oh, he's an adjective, a noun, a verb. What are we? What are we?
So like game, like game shows have like it's an action word. It's a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
this is
like,
not up all night game shows, Coach Paul. See, now
man,
you're going back.
It's been years since I've been up all night. So
look,
you know
up
what I mean?
all night. No, real quick sidebar. You know, the game shows on Nickelodeon, they used to have the old game shows, and they had a game show, Who Knows You Better, Your Wife or Your Secretary. That, I was like, is that really a game show? Oh my gosh. I was
that's
like,
a home record. That's what that is.
Flipper
that's
to
asking for trouble. Okay, so definition. You guys want the definition?
No, because we didn't get no, you're not letting them off the hook. I need a guess. You got to give them a hint. So
I was trying to help you out, Coach. I was trying to help you out.
So is it a people, place, a thing, a noun? Does Nathan know what it is?
It's
No.
a
Nathan has no idea.
it's a noun, I guess. No.
It's a noun. Is
Yeah.
it a person?
No. Well,
It's not a
can
person.
It can be a person.
It can be a person.
It
Is it
can
an
be a
actor? Is it an audience? Is it it can be a person.
It's a personality trait. How does that help?
Okay, personality trait.
A flipper gibbet.
A flipper to gibbet.
A flipper gibbet.
Somebody who stutters.
A flipper gibbet is somebody who stutters.
That would be so mean. That would be the meanest one.
I mean, that's literally like someone stuttering trying to say flipper. You know what I mean?
You're so wrong for that. You could never get that word out in a million words. There are way too many B's up in there.
Hey, I used to stutter, so I'm allowed to say that stuff.
So you understand.
Yes,
But
flipper to gibbet.
It's not. You don't pronounce You don't pronounce all the P's. It's not in the B's.
Oh,
It's just what? It's just flipper gibbet. Flipper gibbet.
Wait. I've been saying it's a flipper gibbet.
So is it like a gift to gab, like something like that?
Ooh, you're getting closer. You're getting closer. Warmer.
Flipper gibbet. Flipper gibbet.
Flipper gibbet.
You are very close. That's part of the definition.
Someone that likes to talk a lot, a motor mouth, somebody.
Yeah. Now you got it. Ding, 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 ding. Someone who talks incessantly.
Oh.
But
that's us. That's us.
I'm a flipper.
We're all flipper gibbets.
That's why I said we're all flipper gibbets. We're all flipper gibbets.
Oh my God, this is just hilarious, dude.
So,
this is
you're
crazy.
telling me, wait, time out. So what you're telling me is that we're all unibrows that superheroes use to unclog their toilets?
Yeah, flipper gibbets.
And we talk incessantly while we do it.
Yes. We're talking our way through it.
That is a perfect word. That is well done. I agree.
So now you know the challenge is to somehow, before we end this broadcast, we have to try and use this word.
For somebody who talks excessively.
Yes, for someone who talks excessively. It can also be a person who is flighty or silly. You go whichever way you want with that.
Oh man, you'd be like, man, I was walking down the street and I saw this dude. He was totally flipper gibbet, man. All day.
Oh, yes.
All day. You know what I mean? Drop the mic. Boom shaka.
Wow, you did it.
That's pretty good.
Yes.
He was flipper gibbeting all over me, man. He was flipper gibbeting all over me.
I'm gonna tell you what, Paul, are you on Clubhouse at all?
All day.
Dude, I can't stand when you call somebody up to the table and you're like, hey man, just give me like the 10-second version of who you are, and they just get all
my God.
out. You know what I'm saying? They just flipper gip it out, dude.
You're like, hold up. 10 seconds.
No flipper gippets in this room.
You got to have this device so when they start talking too much, you're just like, what? Can't hear you.
It's a flabbergasted free zone.
Yes.
Flabbergasted free zone.
No,
That's
I got
what we
one.
need
I
to do.
got one.
Hashtag it.
You know, when you go to church and they open up the floor for people to share
Oh,
their
Lord.
testimony, and you're
Oh,
thinking that, oh man, this is about to be one flipper-geppet session. Flipper-geppet.
when Sister Esther comes up, it's like, oh, Lord Jesus.
Flipper-geppet.
Hallelujah. I get it. Trust me.
Oh gosh.
Are you saying that every church has a flabbergasted?
No,
Oh.
not mine. No flipper-geppets allowed. They do not get the mic. They do not get the floor. No.
Y'all are funny.
It's
Well,
like,
listen,
put
I got to
down-
bone out of here, y'all. It's been great. It's been awesome. Nathan, it was good meeting you, bro.
Man.
Thanks for hanging
I
out,
gotta-
Paul.
Absolutely. Love y'all.
Good
We'll
meeting
do it
you,
again.
man. You too, bro.
Let me know when you guys go live again.
Awesome. Will do.
All
For
right.
sure.
All right. Keep it
All right.
flabbergasted. Oh, man, that was great.
That was.
I'm going to miss the sound effects. That was fun.
Me
That
too.
was fun.
Me too. The word,
Oh,
the
goodness,
word of
the
the day.
unibrow. That was cracking me up.
Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? There's got to be a, because this isn't.
So,
You talk for a second. I'm gonna play with something. Hold on.
somebody said it said commercial break. Commercial break. I think that was Paula. She's still hanging out with us. And Farah or Farah at Too Funny. I'm just checking out the comments. Appreciate it. Definitely. Well, we're just having fun. It is Coach Paul said we could borrow his Freestyle Friday. So we are freestyling, but we just shared our wacky word for today. We shared one yesterday. That was a lot of fun. Just something to lighten things up. But I do want to go ahead and share our quote for today because we like to share a wacky word. Yes, these are real words just because it's fun to learn new things and quotes to get us inspired. So I have a really good one. We shared one yesterday, got us kicking off to a great conversation. And this one is, and I don't mind if I have to repeat it, but the quote for today, it's not enough that we do our best. Sometimes we have to do what's required. Ooh. It's that knowledge right there. That's that knowledge. But no.
That's that hard truth.
Yeah.
That's that hard truth.
It's not enough that we do our best. Sometimes we have to do what's required. So what's your thoughts on that, Nathan?
My thoughts on that are, well, I mean, you that's really profound, and it's really kind of, it confronts the soul sometimes, because sometimes when you're not doing enough, then you can be like, I'm doing my best though, like I'm doing all that I can. And when it's out of your hands, when you're really doing all that you can find comfort in that. You can find peace in that. You know what I mean? And so sometimes, like, I'm trying, I'm doing so all I can. And your kids will tell you that I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying so hard. It's all I can do. And it's, and as a parent, you're like, yeah, but we need more. But sometimes in your own head, as you say, like, I'm doing the best I can. I'm trying. I'm giving everything I have. And it's not enough. And you realize, like, but some situations require more, and you have to step outside that zone of what you were previously capable of doing.
Yeah.
And it's great because there's that fear about it, right? There's that fear about it. But then when you go beyond your best and you do what's required, you step into a whole new level of possibility and potential for yourself, and that uncovers new levels of your authentic awesome. So I mean, I love that quote, but then I also acknowledge how hard it can be to find that next level when you feel like you're doing your absolute best. That's my opinion on it.
I agree with you 100%. It's funny because I used to work at, I won't name the place because I'm not there anymore, but I worked at this place, and I had a coworker who that's exactly what she would say. She would say, you know, I am giving this my best. I am giving it 100%. And I think that it's tough when we're giving 100% to have someone tell us that it's not enough, or that, okay, that's great, you're giving 100%, but that's not what's required in this situation. Actually, it could be that you're giving 100% in the way that you see fit and the way you want things done, but to put yourself in a situation where, okay, that's great, but you're not covering the basis of what has to be done, what's required. And are you mature enough? Are you strong enough to say, maybe this will require more education, or this may require a little bit more than what I have to offer right now. So let me direct my energy somewhere else and let someone else take that place. That's a hard thing to do. You see it in leadership a lot. Rather than admit that this is beyond my best right now, my best is not going to be able to accomplish what's required. And when that happens, it can be devastating, or it can be motivating. It can be motivating because if you put your energy into something that you are good at, something that giving your 100% or your best is going to move you closer to your goal rather than beating your head against the wall, you've just not only made it easier for you to follow your path, but you've left space for someone else to step into that and do what's required there that wouldn't have been able to go there otherwise. But I think sometimes pride gets in the way, you know, rather than admit that I can do my best. I can be good at certain things. That doesn't mean I have to be the best at everything.
I love that. I love how I love the perspective of when you admit that it leaves the space open for the person who's supposed to fill it, right? And lets you fill the space you're supposed to fill. But you also made me think of the whole other paradigm of it, and that's that sometimes in projects, your best isn't what's required. What's required is required. Sometimes you're doing a whole bunch of like. There's a couple ways you can look at this. Sometimes you're doing a whole bunch of things that they don't actually value, and it's your best, but you're doing things that don't need to be done because they're not appreciated, they're not respected, and so therefore if they have no value, you may be spending exorbitant amounts of time or energy doing something that really doesn't matter. So there's that perspective of it may not, and it doesn't mean you're giving somebody less service or less because you're giving them what they need, and you're actually not overloading them with other things that you think are your best, right? And so sometimes your best is too much, and
That's
what's
good.
required is required.
Wow, that's exactly it. Oh, I like that. I like that. And oh man, that's perfect. What you just said is just like boom, boom. I mean, it's just mind blowing because there's so much in that one comment. Sometimes, like you said, it doesn't require all that extra, you know, and it made me think of sometimes people that are being extra. It was like, you are being so extra. It doesn't require all that. I just need this. Let's get this done. And we could get it done if you just put all that extra over there. So sometimes the extra is not needed to do what's required. Wow, that is so good. And you save that extra for when it is needed. You know, you save that extra for when it's time to shine and put that extra something on it. Like people like to say, I put a little extra something on it, but sometimes that's not needed. And it can actually slow people down or hinder the process altogether. But I think it takes somebody mature to realize that situation also.
It does, and let me give you a little bit of two, like a hint that rolls into a tip. So what I do that I realized is, if you've ever noticed, the number one rappers are always the ones that say I'm number one. Like if you don't claim that you're the best, then nobody like nobody else is going to assume you're the best if you don't claim it, right? But for some people, it sounds kind of braggadocious. I don't want to be like, I'm the number one, I'm this, right? And so I was like, how do you communicate that you have value, that you go above and beyond and do things that, how do you communicate I'm the best without saying that? And so I would do all these extra little things that are like, these are the little things that the best would do in my, in the decorative concrete. These are little details that the best would do. And then, and it was cool, but then like, I realized they were such minute details that they didn't realize it. So I would start to explain, hey, we did this, we went above and beyond. Usually, this can happen, but we caught it here and we did this. So what we would do is we would explain when we did our best and what we did and why it was our best. And then I would find out when they were like, thank you, and when they were like, that didn't matter. Okay. And if 10 people don't care about something that was your best, then check it off the list. You don't have to go above and beyond with that. And so it would cut off. But it's like, but that doesn't mean that I'm still not giving them the best product. I'm giving them what they want. I see things they never will, and I always deliver on the things they'll never see. But that's what's required at all times. But the extra, sometimes it's just not, and that can mean a lot of different things, right? The extra attitude, the extra effort, the extra little detail that takes you 17 hours, right? Like those different things. So man, that quote,
that could be costly. You just dropped a lot. Wait a minute. You just dropped a lot in that story, in that example. You had to stop and explain to your clients that, wait a minute, here's where the extra was put in. And here's where, we went above and beyond. And sometimes, like you said, after so many of those explanations, if it truly isn't being evaluated properly, then there's a rating on that. There's just like when people go to Yelp or something and there's something new on the menu, but if it's not getting enough reviews, they take it off. As great as the dish may be, they take it off the menu. So, and it could be a great dish. So we have to know when it's time to take things off the menu. We have to know when it's time to scratch that. As much as we love it, as much as I love pasta and breadsticks from Olive Garden, sometimes it's not what's required.
Even though it's what's best.
Right. Oh gosh, don't get me started. So
you know what? I think that's perfect. I think that that is the perfect way to wrap up today. I wrote down 40 minutes because we're going to have to download this and cut out the quote section so that anyone who didn't get to this part can see it, because I think it was good. For me, I want to be able to find it and locate it whenever I want.
Perfect.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I think so. I'm just excited about this challenge, Nathan. We're pushing ourselves every single time. You pushed me today. You did, because I really was not going to take the lead on this one. But I will get better, and I will keep stepping up to the challenge and evaluating what's required.
I like that. All right. Well, you guys have a fantabulous day and go be awesome.